to try and stop them before it's too late.
Welcome to WatchMojoUK, and today we're counting down our picks for the British comedies that simply wouldn't air on telly in this day and age.
Before we begin, we publish new content every day, so be sure to subscribe to our channel and ring the bell to get notified about our latest videos.
Number 10. Selecta.
I'm Michael Jackson. I'm welcome y'all to my crib.
This is the show that put Lee Francis on the map, but he made a lot of enemies while doing it. The premise was simple. Make fun of every celebrity on the map with hilarious results. However, when you make fun of absolutely everyone, you sometimes fall into the pitfalls of stereotypes for an easy gag. But the real reason this show couldn't be made today is because of its frequent use of blackface, including the show's most recognisable character, Craig David.
When I say Bo, say Selecta. Read? Bo.
Selecta.
Can I get a rewind? Bo.
Selecta.
Proper good.
In recent years, Lee apologised to celebrities, including Trisha Goddard, for his impressions. Number 9. It Ain't Half Hot Mum.
Remember, this is supposed to be a sophisticated number. You're all smart New York men about town.
This long-running British comedy was set in the closing months of World War II and followed a group of British soldiers who were stationed in India. Alas, the portrayals of Indian people in the show were extremely dodgy, making them stereotypical as can be. But worst was Michael Bates' character, Ranji Ram, which saw the white actor donning brown makeup for the role.
It will secure your release so that you will be free to tickle your ivories.
While people who grew up with it may remember it fondly, there are some pretty solid reasons for why this show doesn't really get many reruns on TV.
You wouldn't know the difference if I climbed up your nostril and kicked your brains out!
Number 8. Trigger Happy TV.
Hello? Yeah, I'm in the library, yeah!
Dom Jolly's seminal outdoor prank show was hilarious, harmless fun. The idea of going out into the streets and fooling the British public hadn't been exhausted to death back when this show was introduced.
Oh, he's dead. Sorry, he's dead! Alright, he died!
Unfortunately, it now has, with the rise of YouTube pranksters. People no longer have the tolerance to be filmed and tricked in public because some annoying few have taken it too far. We'd put our money on betting that if Jolly tried this tomorrow, he'd end up with a black eye.
Do you have the dossier? I don't know what you're talking about. Are you not Grey Squirrel? Huh? Are you not Grey Squirrel? No. Oh, I'm sorry. Sorry, mate. I'm the wrong person.
Number 7. The Wackers.
Cup of tea, Grandad.
Yes, but I want a proper cup of tea, not that. It's like bloody maiden's water.
Liverpudlians have long been an easy target for British comedy over the years, but none really took a jab quite as mean-spirited as this sitcom from the 1970s. Even back when it aired, people were appalled by its portrayal of stereotypical Scousers, and it got plenty of complaints from the public.
I suppose you hit that policeman in self-defence.
Wasn't my fault, he got his chin in the way of me head.
It was so upsetting, in fact, that it didn't even make it past the first season. It's got more toilet humour than you can stand, and was utterly without charm. And if it didn't fly back then, it certainly wouldn't now.
Have you had a bereavement?
Worse than that, Everton got beat.
Number 6. Come Fly With Me.
He's quite tight around neck.
A comedy about all the different people working and arriving at a busy airport. What could go wrong? Come Fly With Me was one of the funniest comedies of the 2010s, but alas, it became impossible to find on streaming services due to some of its material being unacceptable by today's standards. From face paint to rude gags, you really can't imagine it getting greenlit anymore. Most of the reasons this show couldn't be made today are also prevalent in other series by Williams and Lucas, which may appear later on in this video.
Is you travelling with just hand luggage? Is you travelling with just hand luggage? Is you travelling with just hand luggage?
Number 5. The Ali G Show.
Is you good cop and I is bad cop? Well, who's the good cop, who's the bad cop?
Come on, you say. Everyone loves Sacha Baron Cohen's famous characters. Well, ask yourself this. Do you honestly think they'd make a show today about someone impersonating a gay Austrian fashionista and a minority documentarian?
How do I show her I have a sense of humor?
That kind of thing wouldn't make it past the pitch session. Regardless, the Ali G show is a cultural touchstone and largely harmless.
I had to do anything to get in, and I mean anything.
But we honestly couldn't even imagine someone getting away with Ali G's iconic catchphrase now. Number 4, Brass Eye.
So far, do we have it right or wrong? Let's have a look at the answer, Prancer. Thanks.
Chris Morris is easily one of the greatest minds in British comedy, and this is perhaps his greatest work. Presenting itself as a news programme, Morris gave the British public some of the most luscious headlines and reports you could imagine. However, his creative genius often got him in trouble with TV higher-ups and regulators, because apparently there's some things you simply can't joke about.
That's why my own children are here with me. Good night, children. They're safe tonight. Are yours.
Most notably, his Petergeddon special was seen as a step too far, despite its clever social commentary. Though we would absolutely love to see more Brass Eye someday, that's a wish that's sadly unrealistic.
They don't deserve punishment. They deserve garnishment.
Number 3, Love Thy Neighbour.
Hey, where you are, son? We've got to drink a toast to me and my friend.
The 70s sure were different. In this show, the unthinkable happens. This Englishman must struggle to come to terms with the fact that he has new neighbours that are a different ethnicity to himself. And that's pretty much it.
It's bad enough living next door to him. Imagine if like one on the other side. I'll be like a little white sandwich.
Most of the show's gags come from its lead being irredeemably bigoted. And while the point of the show was to make him seem bad for doing so, it may not have been conveyed convincingly so. And certainly not for modern audiences. Also, given the fact that Britain is now far more multicultural, this premise doesn't even seem that out of the ordinary anymore.
He's right, he's got you there.
Number 2, Little Britain.
Is that everything?
Yes.
Where do we even start with Little Britain? This show had the entire country in a stranglehold during the early 2000s. You couldn't escape it. Everyone was quoting their favourite lines, but you probably wouldn't catch them doing it now. Little Britain had a special brand of punching down, whether it be the poor, minorities, and, most frequently, the disabled.
I'm not one of those who...
In fact, in recent years, creators Matt Lucas and David Walliams have apologised for some of their jokes in the show, including their frequent use of blackface. While you and your friends might still have a great time watching this staple, you might have a very hard time introducing it to new viewers.
Oh dear, we've got a comedian.
Number 1, Till Death Do Us Part, and In Sickness and in Health.
Shut up, you! Shut up, all of you! I want to watch the bloody telly!
2 words, Alf Garnett. That was the main character of this series and its sequel, a hateful, racist, British Empire worshipping bigot. However, this was actually supposed to be the point of the show. Not to put the character on a pedestal, but rather to make a satirical character who would highlight racial divide amongst the working class.
Oh, it's been over 25 years now, hasn't it? It's about time some of them went out and got a bloody job.
Unfortunately, not everyone can read into satire well, and some looked up to Alf. It's very easy to assume that British television wouldn't take this risk again, with its much more inclusive programming these days. And even if they did, they certainly wouldn't be using some of the language heard here.
Shut off!
Which show do you think couldn't exist today? Let us know in those comments below.
Tell you what, he's been a pass at me many the time, I can tell you.
Well, what can you expect the way you carry on? It's a wonder we don't have a queue of them outside the front door there.
Do you agree with our picks? Check out this other recent clip from WatchMojoUK and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified about our latest videos.